Capricorn, or my Capricorn cross watchers. I have a beautiful message for you guys today. For whoever that this message is going to resonate for, it's absolutely beautiful. Your energy, I just want to inhale you. I just want to, it's beautiful. So there's a lot of videos coming to me this morning. I did an Aries bonus and I was getting this like kind of exercise video that inspired me to do the whole bonus. And then right after, I saw a clip of a video of Dolly Parton. Now, I love Dolly Parton. She's also a Capricorn, guys. She's a Capricorn. You don't have to be a Capricorn watching this, but anyway, Dolly Parton is one of those people that is, it's amazing how she balances everything that she is. She stays so humble and so well contained, and yet at the same time, she's powerful. This woman is a powerhouse. She knows herself. She's not afraid to be sexy. She's not afraid of judgments. I'm sure she gets a lot of hate. As many people actually love her, there's probably an equal amount of people that over the period and the duration of her career, people have probably been jealous of her and tried to rip her down, sabotage her in different ways. But do you ever hear her really talk about it? Do you ever hear her in like scandals? Now, that doesn't mean people don't say things behind the curtain, but she doesn't get lost in those things. She gets lost in Dolly. She gets lost in Dollywood, Dollyland. Dolly is a visionary to me. She's a wonderful muse. She is a wonderful inspiration. She's a woman who knows what she wants. She's known what she wanted since she was a child. She's very candid about that. She's very open about it. In fact, in many interviews people have done with Dolly, they've asked her what kind of made her, really, what made her who she is today. And she's like, well, I fashioned myself after the town tramp, you know. She had the red long nails and this poofy blonde hair, and I was really young and I just thought she was beautiful, and my mom was against her and everything. Basically, she saw a woman that lived in her town that she would see walking down the street, and she's like, oh my God, she's beautiful. Like, she wasn't judgmental. She was very open-minded from a young age. And this probably also helped her because she wasn't out there trying to wonder why everybody else has success or why they're doing this or ew, you know. She wasn't wasting her time judging people. She was just trying to create herself and recreate herself and figure out who she was in this world and what she liked. And even the more that people pointed at an individual or a situation and were like in disagreement of it or thought, ew, don't ever be like that, that was actually something that she was like, well, if everybody's telling me I shouldn't be like that, that's probably where I should go, because I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that this lady's walking down the street and doesn't have a care in the world. Like, she doesn't care what anyone thinks about her. She's just feeling herself, you know. Dolly Parton takes on that energy, but at the same time is super humble about it. She has this sex appeal, but she's also very classy, and I don't know, like, there's just something about her. She sparkles. I'm talking like everywhere she goes, every time she enters a room. Like, if you watch her when she's going to do an interview, before she even sits down, she takes over the room. She demands their attention. This is you. This is the power that you're in right now, and I would stay in that energy. There's a lot of people wondering what's going on in the planets, what's going on with this full moon, what's going on with this and that. There's a lot of people getting slandered, a lot of drama, a lot of people jealous. People's jealousy is coming out now, and you're not focused on that. You may have people that are trying to throw rocks and wrenches in your plans and, you know, throw people off your track that could be very jealous of your success, and yet you're not focusing on that. You may be aware, you know, maybe you're receiving messages and this and that, and people try to make you have a bad day because they're having a bad day, or, you know, create a narrative about you that's not true. There's a lot of things, but you've chosen to take control of your life. You realize that just because other people are wanting you to focus on something, or wanting other people to focus on something about you, maybe even something that isn't even you, it doesn't mean you have to focus on it. You are in control of your own life. That is incredible. Tell me how many people you know that are like that right now. There's not many people like that. So I would say, personally, to me, Capricorn is an inspiration. You go to work, you do your job. You create, you're doing your job. You are focused. You are so damn focused, and you're not letting anything throw you off. Nothing. A partner, chaos. You're just kind of like, you got like the blinders on or something. You're just going with it. So I'll link the video, the exact video that I saw this morning. There are plenty of interviews with Dolly. But Some of you may be from the South, or maybe have a little twang, or maybe you have an accent. I don't know. It could be something to do with that. Just kind of coming to me right now. But again, I'll link the video that I saw this morning of her. I do want to say I did take a screenshot of some of the comments in the video. And one of the comments said, "It's hard not to admire a woman so successful who mocks herself and makes other people smile. She seems like a genuine and lovely person." And there was over 1,000 likes on that comment. Because, absolutely. You guys even laugh at yourself. Man or woman, whoever you are, you laugh at yourself. You have humor. You're relatable. People like that. You're not uptight. You're not a stick in the mud. You don't think you're better than anyone, even though you shine like a motherfucker. That doesn't mean that you think you're better than anyone. If anything, you realize you're one with everyone. You're just like everyone else. You just don't let certain things get to you that maybe you once did, maybe you never did. I don't know. You're not focused on the same things others are focused on. You're focused on yourself in a healthy aspect. You're focused on yourself to a healthy degree, a healthy amount. And you're not worried what anybody else has going on. You're not worried what anyone's saying. You're also very open about why you are the way you are. You're very open about your past. You're very open about your life. It kind of reminds me actually of Aries' message I just did, their bonus, because same thing, they were kind of like shameless, living it loud. Same with you. You know what I mean? Your confidence speaks for itself, and that helps other people to be confident, because you're not ashamed of what you are, who you are. You're not ashamed of how you look. You're not ashamed of your sexuality. You're not ashamed of your talents. You're not ashamed of your past, and that's a big one. You're not ashamed. You're not ashamed of where you've come from. You're not ashamed of, you've worked very hard to get to where you're at. And you would be one of those people, I think, that would never forget where they came from. You don't forget where you came from. You don't forget what made you. You don't forget what's making you. You never forget. You probably have a very important role model in your life, or several role models. They could be feminine role models. And even if you're a masculine, you could have very strong feminine role models. Maybe it's your own mother who just inspires you and also loves you no matter what. You know how people say, like, they got a face only a mother could love, even though people say that to be hateful. But legitimately, not all of you, but the feminine that you really hold as a role model, or that you look up to, whether it's a mom or not, that person, boy, they really believed in you, or still do if they're still on this planet. They really believe in you, and they do love you no matter what. No matter what, they accept you, they love you, and those closest to you accept you and love you as well. Not only that, but they may even use you as their inspiration, and not someone to beat, not someone to compete against, not someone to tear down to make themselves feel better. You're a go-getter. I don't know if I've already talked about this. I feel like I have, but if I did, oh well. It's worth a mention again. I met a man in the store the other day. He was actually in the one of the aisles that was further on the end, and it was just less chaotic over there. So I prefer to go to the registers that are less chaotic, and there's not like all these lines. I don't like that. I like to get in and out. And we just got to talking. I was actually picking up a plant for my mom for her birthday. My stomach is growling. And I could just tell by his personality, he loved his job. He was my cashier. He loved his job. He seemed to be maybe in his 50s, 60s. Anyways, we got to talking, and what would you know, he's Capricorn. And I was like, I love your personality. Like, you fit your job because you're so personable. Like, there's not people like that these days. You talk to people, you get to know people. Like, he opened up about his life, and I opened up about mine literally in like 8 minutes. If not, it took way less than that to get through that line, because there was no line. I was the line. I was the only one in line. But to scan everything and to kind of have the conversation we were having, and in that short amount of time, I found out so much about him, and he found out about me. And I was telling him that I used to be an alcoholic, and he was saying that his sister was an alcoholic, and that he has her tattooed down his side. Again, feminine role model, you see. It doesn't matter what people do. It matters who you are. Some people just unfortunately don't overcome things. The things overcome them. And that was the case in his sister, and the case in my biological father's case. And we started talking about that, and And he was telling me that when he sees people's IDs, the majority of IDs that he sees are Capricorns. And he's like, I don't know why that is. I guess he was like really into astrology or something. Like, I didn't even know any of this till we started talking. I mean, just this short amount of time, guys, this is how it should be, you know, where you get to talk to people, you get to know people. Most of the time people walk around, we're not even smiling anymore because we're scared to get thrown in the back of a white van. You know, we're scared to get shanked. We're scared to get, you know, some cussed out because we're smiling too big. That's happened to me before. Or talk shit about because you're too happy or something, you know. But this man was not like that. He was very unapologetically himself. He was very colorful. Like, he had the best personality ever. And he just fit Capricorn, you know? So anyways, basically we were both just encouraging each other. Like, he was saying he doesn't drink and because of what happened to his sister. And he said, I don't come into work at any day and not have this personality. Like, he loves to talk to people. He was telling me about the plant that I was getting my mom. He was describing it and why I should get this plant because it evokes these type of emotions, and why it would be good for her birthday since she's a caretaker, and kind of help calm her and soothe her. I mean, just so informative. He cared about his job and he cares about people. And you don't see that. I'm telling you, you don't see that. Very likable person. Like, I gravitated to his register. I can't speak. Oh my god, it's probably the full moon. It's our retrograde, I don't know. But anyway, I gravitated rather to his register, I think because of his energy, not just because there was no line and because it wasn't chaotic over there. And I see why it wasn't chaotic, because he didn't attract that. He didn't attract the chaos to him. He was very proud of himself. He was very sure of who he was, but not cocky, not conceited. He was totally fine with being vulnerable with me, being transparent, talking about his sister, talking about his life. I was talking about mine, and we kind of just merged together. And I just was like, you know what? They need more people like you on this planet. You made my entire day. Thank you so much. And now I'm excited because I feel like he gave that energy to the plant that I was buying, that then I could give it to my mom for her birthday. Just good energy all around. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And I feel like that's you here. Whether you're a stay-at-homer type person, which I am a lot, but maybe you are as well, or whether you go out there every day and you're in the workforce and you're around a lot of people, it's who you are that is so likable and attracts people. Even if you're a homebody, you attract people. Like, you probably have a pretty stable, loving home environment. Not that there's not its normal everyday problems, but your family really loves you. They love you and they lean on you, and they know that they're going to get their loving, their nurturing, their support, their comfort from you. The people that you work with, the people you work around, if you have any hobbies or sports or gym or anything that you do, you'd be surprised how many more people support you than the people who don't. Of course, you'll always have the people who don't. But again, you don't focus on that. You don't focus on that. You are very driven. It's like you're in a tunnel vision. You have tunnel vision. And in this case, it's working for you. It's like saying keep that tunnel vision because it's working for you. You are very focused on your end goal, on your destination, whatever that is for you. And you don't let anyone get in the way of that. You're very protective of what is yours, of how far you've come, but also not protective to the sense that you're not okay to talk about it. You're not okay to tell other people about it. You should. Also, you guys should continue to smile. If you don't smile a lot, smile more. I think you do smile. You should continue to do that because I think you have a beautiful smile. Man or woman here, you have a gorgeous, handsome smile. I'm struggling talking in yours. I feel like I'm getting a little twisted on my words, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, we're not perfect. And we're just taking it day by day here on this planet. We're all kind of figuring it out. But I want to say you really are an inspiration. You absolutely are. And you're a joy to talk to. You're a joy to talk to, and you're a joy to listen to, because you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of wisdom, you use a lot of life experiences, maybe even other people's life experiences. You're very observant, you pay attention, you've learned a lot. And how you can keep this like lighthearted energy with all the chaos surrounding you is just incredible. It's beautiful. And it's a good example. You know, how did you migrate to where, you know, you can get around that chaos, just like I did in the store, right? Like, How did you know that? Well, because you've probably seen a lot of chaos. You probably worked around it or been around it a lot or grew up around it or something like that. So yes, it's around, but you learn how to cope in situations. You learn how to just deal. You learn how to handle things. You learn how to maybe even transmute the energy around you. You can feel it. You can be very empathic, some of you. You just feel things. Even if it's strangers, you can feel the energy and you know how to kind of maneuver your way around situations. Not avoid. It's not like you can't handle things. You just, if you don't have to, you don't have to. You know what I mean? Now, I'm sure other people would like you to kind of be brought into their chaos and their mess, or involve you in chaos and mess, or say that you're the start of it and you're not even involved in any of it at all. But you still stay focused. I mean, that's big, man. Like, that is so freaking big. You're not concerned with things that are sent to kind of, or people that are sent, or entities or energies that are sent to kind of distract you. You're not concerned with it. You're aware that they're there. You're aware of the congestion. Like in the store, it was very congested that day. You're aware of it. You can hear people. You can hear them talking. You can hear the talk. You can hear. But you also know where to go. You migrate to peace. You migrate to safety. And sometimes you are the peace and the safety in which other people who are also wanting that energy for their life and wanting to focus more on, you know, their goals and dreams, they migrate to you because of that. Kind of like the like attracts like, you know what I mean? The energy that you are, yes, you get other things, especially when you are a light, you're going to attract everything. I mean, think about what all is attracted to a light. Bugs, beetles, everything, mosquitoes, moths, but there are other things that are attracted to light as well. And yes, you may get the bugs and the beetles and all these things, but when they touch your light, sometimes it's so bright it just burns them. It burns them out. They hit the light and then they fall to the floor. You know, I mean, that's pretty graphic, but that's what happens because they're not really offering any light to you. They're just wanting to take your light. They're wanting to feel the warmth by being close enough to you and drain you of your energy, and you don't allow it. You don't allow things to get to you that you used to let get to you before. Or maybe you've never been a person that lets things really much get to you. That's incredible. That's incredible. There's not many people like that, you know? So I admire you. I admire you just like I admire Dolly Parton, just like I admire all Capricorns. I know not all Capricorns are like this, and you don't have to be a Capricorn watching this. But Drive would be a great middle name for you. Driven, focused. I don't sense you as a jealous person at all. I don't sense you looking at other people trying to compare their success to yours. I don't see you doing any of that. I see you in your own lane. I see you trailblazing. I see you as like a firecracker. And I see you living honestly, authentically. You're very transparent. Love you for that, and I respect you for that. So I want to thank you guys for being here with me today. I think that's basically all we needed today, was just to let you know, keep going, keep staying in your tunnel vision, and people see it, you know. People also see it and they admire you for it and they respect you for it, and they have a lot of heart for you because they also want to have a peaceful life. They also aren't trying to rip anyone down and hurt anyone and be jealous of anyone. You have other people like you that are surrounding you, or maybe even coming towards you. You may make new friends in the future or things like that. You may even realize some change starts happening, possibly. Certain people start filtering out of your life, and that's just because maybe their energy wasn't a match for you. Maybe they had intentions that weren't the greatest. Maybe things that you didn't even know about. Either way, I think that you're not controlling over it. Your arms are just open. Like, those who want to leave, they'll leave, and those who want to stay, they'll stay, and you welcome everybody. Just like Dolly Parton with that lady walking down the street, the town tramp. Most people would judge her, and she embraced that woman. She embraced the woman because the woman embraced herself. The woman had no shame in her game. She wasn't afraid to be what she was and to be out and about. She wasn't trying to hide her face. She wasn't trying to be scared of what people would think about her. And Dolly saw that at a young age, and she was like, well, I want to be like that. I don't want to walk around afraid. I don't want to walk around being someone that is entirely scared to blaze my own trail and to be what I want to be and to discover even who I am, because I'm afraid what other people will think about it. Will they accept me? It's not about if they accept me. I accept me. I accept me. I'm happy with me. I love me. And I love that other people love them. I love when other people are confident in who they are. Maybe someone's attracted to you for this. Like, I mean, romantically. If you're in a relationship, your partner loves that about you. Like, I don't think they'd probably ever want anybody else because they love that you're like an in-demand, in-charge type woman or type man. They love that. They love it. I don't even think they would fathom wanting anyone else. Now, if you're not in a relationship, I think someone may be attracted to you because of who you are. Not what you are, like what you have or what you look like, but because of who you are. And it's sexy. It's absolutely sexy. And that smile of yours was very sexy too. See, I want to smile. Something to do with your smile is beautiful or handsome, whatever. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.